fact that the community has a pool? Do you want 3 bedrooms or 5 bedrooms? Do they have to have a study? Then I want you to look at the things you don't want. Things that you would never buy a home if they had. Some people like carpet, some people like wood, some people like ceramic tile. Whatever those things are that you absolutely do not want. And also make a list of the things that you'd really like to have that would be special, kind of the icing on the cake. Then we're going to go look for homes. Your realtor can look through the multiple listing services that list every home in the area that's for sale by their real estate company or any other realty in this area that you're looking for. I always tell folks, let's not look at too many homes. After you look at home after home after home, it gets very, very confusing. And I always hand my buyers a crib sheet on the house with some details that want you to take notes of what you liked and what you didn't like. Share that information with your realtor so that the next time you go look at houses, that is if you don't find your dream home on the very first try, they'll have a much narrow search and have all the likes and dislikes that you want in the home or don't want in that home. Once you find that home, you're going to want to have your realtor help you assess whether the home is a fair price. Certainly if it's underpriced, you might want to just make the offer and try to get the deal to contract and buy that home. If it's overpriced or at the right price, you want to consider if it is within your price range, whether the other homes in the area are reflecting that price, and just do a comparative market survey. Now I think comes one of the most interesting processes is making the offer, getting the contract, but the negotiation in between, to me, is the most fun and the most interesting. Everybody wants a value in their home. Everybody wants to think they're getting a good deal. The seller wants to sell high and the buyer wants to buy low. The negotiation that can go on between offer and contract is often very exciting. It can be a little frustrating, but hopefully, if it's the home that you want, you're willing to make those negotiations to get the contract. This is when you might need to start looking at your finances and being prepared to start writing those checks. With most contracts, an earnest money check is offered. This is a certain amount of money that you decide, there's nothing said about it, that shows the seller you are truly in earnest of buying this home. If the contract doesn't go through because you default, you could lose that money. So it is a price of an amount that you want to make sure you're comfortable with, but also show sincere earnest in a home. Some people make several offers on lots of homes all at the same time and are not giving a lot of earnest money. So if it is a home you want, show that in your earnest money check. Many cities here in San Antonio, a popular thing to do is called an option period. This is where you pay the seller a small amount of money that you do not get back. Your earnest money will be credited back later, but the option fee is just a payment to the seller for allowing you to do inspections, check on the home, make sure your finances is right, and absolutely sure that you want the home. It can be a few days period, a week, maybe 10 days, that you pay the seller. If everything goes through, all the inspections are done right, and that show that the house is in good condition, you may want to negotiate some repairs at this time. Then, after the option is over, you go get ready to start closing on that house. The inspection is another check that you'll be writing because you will pay for a home inspection. Sometimes you will have an individual termite inspection. Some areas have air conditioning inspections. It's not a lot of money, $200–300 here in the San Antonio area, but it is money that you will pay to make sure that the home is in good working order, and if there's any repairs that the seller needs to make, and the seller needs to pay for those repairs, or you can negotiate however that will be done. After that, the check writing continues just a little bit. You'll want to have the home appraised to make sure that the home is worth what you're paying for it, and to assure the bank that the home that they are lending money on, bank or credit union or mortgage company, is of the value that you are paying. Oftentimes you will redo the survey. That can be at buyer or owner's expense. Then we move on to title search. These things don't cost any money, but you want to make sure that the owners have free and clear title to that home and are able to sell it to you. You'll have to secure